Don't go up there! Careful, careful, careful. Oh, I wouldn't do that. Don't go up there. Very stupid. Don't go up there! Silly cyclist.
Welcome to episode 30 of Silly Cyclists. I'm your host Gaz545 and we'll be starting off at number 10. Here we have a video from T1 Sutton. His light turns green and a cyclist appears on the left on the pavement and cuts across the Pelican crossing without so much as a glance and forces T1 Sutton to slow down to avoid a collision. Let's not forget he gets stuck at the island anyway, so very silly. Number 9 is a video from the Cestron. You'll notice a minor road to the left and you can just make out a give way sign on the street. The car in front shortly moves off and the cyclist cuts right across their path. Not the smartest thing to do, and it could have easily ended up with the cyclist getting the rear wheel clipped. Number 8 is a video from Roger Hot UK. This cyclist cycles through the red light and attempts to go behind the bus. They probably could have made it if they were a little bit smart about where they positioned themselves and if they didn't choose such a silly gear. Instead they had to stop and block the driver slightly that was going through the light correctly. Very silly indeed. Number 7 is a video from Magneton. Here is the cyclist in front of him going the same way. Just before the roundabout, he moves to the centre of the road and hops onto the refuse area. He then makes his way onto the roundabout, but stops and faces the wrong way. Why he didn't go around the roundabout, who knows? It certainly would have been quicker and safer to do so. Instead, the cyclist moves on from his position on the roundabout and goes down the exit he wants, hops again onto the refuge area and then back onto the road. You can see here he's clearly wasted a lot of time by not actually using the roundabout on the road as intended, as none of these drivers are going to stop and wait for him as they have priority. Number 6 is a video from 187 Premises. If you watch his right mirror, you'll shortly notice the cyclist stopping it. They wait briefly before moving past him and just pulling out into the traffic. Not only does he nearly clip the front wheel with the vehicle in front of him, but he also forces vehicles with priority to slow down due to his own selfishness. You'll also notice that it's only a few seconds wait before it is clear to move forward. Not much time gained really. Number 5 is a video from Mr. Analog 1. Here we have him filtering through some traffic. I would say it's reasonable speed and he's watching how the traffic is flowing before any decisions are made. But another cyclist behind him is being a bit impatient, accelerates around him and moves back in a little too close. His timing is also slightly off with the vehicle in front, which he nearly hit. Certainly a very silly mover and one which we've seen a few times where there's also nearly been a collision. Number 4 is a video from Delvian. May not be the right pronunciation, I'm sorry if it isn't. He's cycling down a cycle lane and another cyclist coming towards him on the wrong side of the road. Cycling like this is pretty silly. No one is expecting you to cycle into the flow of traffic and there is a similar cycle lane on the other side of the road. This behaviour certainly seems quite common. Number 3 is a video from Damo Doublemint. The driver in front is being cautious and allows the cyclist in front as much space as possible. But the cyclist behind Damo Doublemint is being a bit impatient and pushes forward. Vehicles of such will require to slow down more than a bicycle over such speed bumps. The aim after all is to slow down traffic. But this cyclist is rather impatient. Their first mistake is riding in the door zone, very dangerous and potentially lethal. The second mistake is moving from left to right without doing a good shoulder check and indicating. The third mistake is overtaking the car in a position which is clearly not best to do so. Sometimes people are not sure where they need to go and we need to anticipate this and cycle safely. Number 2 is a second video from Mr. Analog 1. Watch the cyclist on the pavement to the left. He shouldn't be on the pavement. His path is blocked by pedestrians waiting for the bus stop. Instead of being polite and asking if he could get through, he tries to make it through a small gap and shoulder checks a small boy. I'm told by Mr. Analog that he then blames the schoolboy for what's happened. Number 1 is a clip from myself. I stop at a set of traffic lights and I'm the first cyclist there. My position is to the left-ish and no one can fit on my left. At present I'm not the fastest off the lights. I'm using a fixed gear bike with a reasonable gear, so my initial acceleration isn't the best. The guy behind me is a little quicker off the line but gives me next to no room as he passes me. Another cyclist is filtering down the outside and the timing is just wrong for him. He is not the fastest and traffic has to slow as he cuts from the right to the left. In doing so he squashes the guy who is passing me too close and in turn squashes me into the pavement. Not a very nice experience when you're running 172.5mm cranks like me and you're worried about pedal strike with a fixed gear, so certainly not the best. Good cyclist, this episode is Wellington Bike Cam 01. Up ahead is a tricky section of road, curving, narrow and in the door zone. They know the timing of the lights, and it's best for them just to wait a few seconds and let traffic pass so they can get in a nice traffic-free ride past the obstacles. Certainly a very smart idea, and the rest of the clip you'll see shortly. But this is it for episode 30 of Silly Cyclists. I hope you enjoyed it. The show notes can be found in the description, as well as links to my channel, my Twitter account and my blog. There are also links to all of the cyclists that were featured in this episode. I would like to thank once again those that are submitting videos. I can't fit all of them in, but please keep them coming, and I'll do my best to accommodate everyone and highlight common issues that I see on the roads. Thanks once again for watching. Don't forget to like and comment, as it helps the video get more views. Thank you, goodbye, and ride safely.